Mm, 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 mm. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. This is your home girl. Yeah, about Bosa 914, West Decatur, New York. The BT 1000 is going live early. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Shout out to all my old subscribers. Shout out to my YouTube creators and shout out to my support team. Shout out to these YouTube streets. Shout out. Yeah, I'm going live a little bit early because I've been on these YouTube streets for a little bit and I'm like saying that other people are gonna go live. So I'm not gonna be up here that long. But what I wanted to talk about is the double-edged sword. Double-edged sword about when we're locked up. Okay, I was locked up back in 1995. I was maxed out in 2001. While I was in there, if I wasn't in the SHIELD program, while I was in there, I had different jobs. And one of the jobs I had, I was in a sewing plant. I did the sewing plant for the last 6 months. I was locked up. Okay, I did 6 years, 7 months. Okay, I was 22 when I went in. I was 28 when I got out. Shout out to the chat. But what I'm starting to realize, and I think I've been knew it for quite some time, because at the Women's Center, the prison that's located in Columbia, South Carolina, right there on Broad River Road, okay, there's a female correctional facility. Back then, it was called the Women's Center. I don't care what they call it now. I'm not going to call it by that name. That is not the original name. The name is the Women's Correctional Center, the Women's Center. It is a female maximum security prison in Columbia, South Carolina. And that's where I did my last 6 months. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Hey, what's up? Keep the change. Thank you for coming out. I'm not going to be up here that long. But thank you for coming in. Thank everyone for coming in. I appreciate you. Like and share the video. Please. Please. Anyway, to make a long story short, there was a time that at that particular women's center, those women used to work and make the dentures. They made the fake teeth. I don't know which company they were doing that for, but they did it for quite some time. And those women were being paid to do that. Now, when those same women got out of prison, the jobs that they were doing while they were inside, they couldn't even get a job in the office nowhere. They couldn't get a job at certain factories, certain warehouses. They couldn't get a job doing what they fucking did in the fucking penitentiary. I was a sewer, an apparel sewer. I sewed on a sewing machine. Those women trained me. I did it for 6 months. When I got out, I couldn't get a sewing job. Nowhere. Nowhere. It was okay for me to be a janitor. It was okay for me to be a dishwasher. It was okay for me to do construction labor. But what other jobs? What other training did I have? But besides being an asshole. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. But it's true. Keep the change. This is reality. Yo, in California, in the state of California, they got the men doing fire. They're firefighters. They're the ones that put out all the bushfires, all the wildfires that's happening in California. They are responsible for putting out those fires. When those men get out of prison, they can't even get a job working in the fire station. Look at South Carolina. Look at South Carolina. I know those men could be firefighters. I don't see not one man that has been to prison working as a firefighter. I don't see anyone working in the hospital system. Not at all. No, they keep saying, oh, if you have a felony conviction, you can't even get a job working at Harris Teeter. Shout out to the chat. I know, because I've been there. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to those that are coming into the chat. I appreciate the view. Like and share the video, please. Thank you for coming over. Thank you for supporting this channel. But I just had to get it off my chest. And I don't mean no harm. When you're in prison and you're doing all that sewing work, you're getting paid a certain amount of cents an hour. You're going to get what, $50, $58, maybe $70 working in the sewing plant? I don't know. And that's once a month. That's not every hour. That's not every week. You're getting it once a month. So they're ripping off the people in prison. And if you refuse to work, they put you in the SHIELD program. They put you on a custody level being in the SHIELD program. I don't know what they're doing now, but I know what they did when I was there. I was 22 when I went in. I left at 28. I'm 52 now. So I'm talking about something that happened over 30 years ago. My inmate number, 221644. That number is now 30 years old. It's 30 years old. Letitia, thank you for coming in. That number is now 30 years old. 221644. That number was my inmate number. That was my name for 6 years, 7 months. Shout out to the chat. But I did that to myself. I went to prison because of a crime I committed. I did that. I had no co-defendants. I never made parole. I went up for parole every year. When I got out, I was not on probation. I know if something jumps off now, and I know people are waiting. I know people are waiting. Now that Birdman's not here no more, or certain people are not around no more, they waiting for me to fall. They waiting for the BT-1000 to self-destruct. I see them. It's all a setup. It's a setup. Shout out to the chat. But I'm not going to be up here that long. I just wanted to come in and air my concerns. Air my concerns, because now we got a new generations of people coming out of prison. These people are going to expect to get certain jobs. Okay, the jobs out here are paying more than they are inside. These people will never, ever see that money. I'm thinking about how to retire early. I'm tired of working. I'm thinking about how to fucking retire. Who wants to be out there in the hot sun all day? I don't. Look at all these postal workers quitting their job. Certain jobs, they should let the people that coming out do. You know how many people are sitting in the goddamn penitentiary would love to work at the postal office, making that money, getting those benefits? You know what I mean? We can't go into the service, nothing. We can't work at a hospital nowhere. We can't work at a Harris Teeter. We can't work on certain jobs. When you go to the unemployment office, they give you like a list, and it shows you all the companies that do hire ex-cons. But I'm telling you what they do, they put you in a trick bag, because you're not pushing no paper nowhere. You doing some real work. Shout out to the chat. And it ain't worth it. The money they paying you ain't worth it. If you making $88 a day, you on fucked up somewhere. And that's reality. I'm sorry to say it, but that's reality. If you make, okay, let's say that you get a dishwashing job. It could be anywhere in Charleston, South Carolina, wherever. you might be making between $10 an hour or $18 an hour. It depends on who you're working for. And some of those jobs that pay like more than 15, 16, 17, it depends on who they are. If they're small, you're not going to get any kind of benefits. You're getting paid every week. That's your benefit right there. There's no medical, there's no health insurance, nothing. But if you work for one of the hotels downtown or wherever, oh yeah, you looking at benefits, you looking at this and then you looking at that, but you're not getting paid like the way you probably need to get paid. A lot of us got rent. A lot of us got light bill. A lot of us got stuff to do. We got to put groceries in our, even though it's just me in this house by myself. See, they try to put me in a trick bag where they gonna make me think, oh, da 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 da. But I already see the game plan. I saw it way before Birdman even exit this world. I saw it before my mother died, before anybody died. Them people that raised me, I saw all this shit before they fucking got out of here. And people say this country is turning into this and that. Well, the lucky people are all dead. They ain't got to put up with this shit. They're all dead. Every day you wake up, you're not free. You're not free. You're not living free. If I want some money in my pocket on the same day, I go to the temp service. I got to walk from my house all the way back downtown. That's almost a 2-hour walk. Shout out to the chat. That's reality for me. It ain't no lie. It ain't no game. This is a fucking nightmare. And if I'm feeling this way, don't you know the next man or the next woman feeling that way? And a lot of people don't make it in the first year that they get out. And it's a trap. And I don't know. I put my right hand to God Almighty. I don't know how I stayed out of the system. Being reincarcerated, they was trying to lock me up in 2015 for a fucking crime I did not fucking do. I did not commit it. Thank God I didn't have no co-defendants, nothing. It got cleared up real quick because I had a good lawyer. The lawyer sent out the investigators. They looked at the cameras. Where is the robbery? Where is this? Where is that? That shit happened. I'm talking about a crime that happened in 2015 that I was accused of. Didn't do it. Nothing happened. They had to let me go after letting me sit in jail for 9 months, almost a whole fucking year. So thank God Birdman came. But now he gone. Now everybody else is gone. I'm the last man standing. And that's reality. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. But in the meantime, I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to try not to fucking complain. I'm going to try my best. I'm the last one standing. The only one standing. Everyone else has fallen. Everyone else, that whole group I was with, most of the women that I did time with, a lot of those women have fallen. They have returned back into the system. They got inmate numbers right now. Some people ain't never going to get back out. And if they do get out, they're going to be on parole somewhere, or probation somewhere. I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm 52 years old. I go down for some bullshit now, I might never get back from under. But it's all a setup. I see the game plan. I've been seen it. And it's fucked up and it's unfair. And there's a lot of people coming out of prison this year. And they're all going to be smacked with a reality they did not sign up for. They won't expect. Motherfuckers are getting out of prison 22 years. They might have been working in an administration building, or they might have been working in the travel agency, handling people's credit cards, debit cards, whatever. When they get out, they can't get those jobs. They got to go into the field. They got half of them going to be working in the wasteland somewhere, doing somebody's garbage. That's what I've been doing, garbage work for the last couple of years that I've been out. No advancement. No nothing. Shout out to the chat. But anyway, I'm not complaining for myself. I am no longer the sunrise. I am the sunset. I already lived my life. I'm talking about all the generational people behind me. People in their 40s, people in their 30s, people in their 20s. You got some people that did most of their time being locked up as children, and they're going to be getting out soon. These young people ain't going to be locked up forever. What kind of skills they going to have? What kind of job they going to go to? Where they going to live? How they going to eat? How they going to take care of themselves? They might not be as lucky as I have been. They might not. Shout out to the chat. A lot of people fell, and I realized I could fall too. I'm not homeless anymore. I got keys around my neck, but everything could be snatched away. Just like that. Because a bill didn't get paid, or this didn't happen, or that paperwork didn't get signed. My rent is going up another $270 this year. Shout out to the chat. Go figure. I'm out of here, y'all. Thank you for coming in. Like and share the video. Agree, disagree, it's all good. I understand. I love you anyway. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to these YouTube streets. This is your homegirl. Barbosa. That is why I call myself the BT 1000 now, because it's a reality. I see the traps. Peace, y'all. Have a good night.